What's up, y'all? Nassif here, bringing you a top 100. I placed 93rd at Nats with Son Gohan Superhero. So we're gonna do a deck profile. I'm gonna go over my matchups, and we'll go over matchups first, so you see that I played against the meta and succeeded. So let me pull this up real quick. Okay. So it was a tough start to the day. Round 1, played against Gamma, lost the die roll, and I was like half awake. I wasn't playing my deck very well. So I drew into like 3 10Ks, 1 plus 10Ks. And I kind of just sat there, even though I had an Immortal Rivalry in my energy. So yeah, my mistake. I misplayed round 1, lost to Gamma. Round 2, I lost to Bardock's crew. Now, probably the toughest loss of the day, because both of my games I lost to Piccolo Gohan into Oolong. Just because like I can get out of a lot of attacks, but when you're putting 2 40k attacks coming my way, I don't main deck any negates, it's tough. So lost my first 2 rounds and then had a round 3 bye, which really ended up hurting my placement. But the rest of the day I only lost 1 game. So round 4, Red Sin Shenron took the dub. Round 5, another Red Sin Shenron took the dub. Round 6, Red Super Saiyan 4 took the dub, and probably my best dub of the day, because I made him bottom deck 8 cards from hand off 1 effect. And in our 3rd game, I forced his Z Awaken at 2 energy. That should give you an idea of the amount of aggression this deck is capable of outputting. So I beat the demons of the format. I beat Sin and SS4 in rounds 4 through 6. Going into round 7, I was feeling pretty good, but then I got matched up into yellow again. If yellow gets going, this deck really struggles against it. I will be honest with you, if this was a yellow meta and not a red meta, this deck would not be as good. But as of now, it's great. So lost to Ape Coup. Lost to Ape Coup because they had a lot of barrier blockers. They had Piccolo Gohan again. I lost both games to Piccolo Gohan again. This is just tough. Round 8, Red Broly Swap. Now this made me sweat the most out of all my matchups of the day, because it was a matchup I wasn't extremely familiar with, and it's a matchup that you need to know how to navigate. You need to know how to play it, otherwise it's just gonna win off of its raw power alone. So game 1, I got mopped. Games 2 and 3 though, you already know we got that. What I started learning in that matchup is it warps cards out of your hand. So I was just warping the worst card out of my hand so I'd still be able to play the game. That is incorrect. You want to warp the cards that are going to help you in the later turns. So I was warping my combo power and stuff, and that was really good against him. And then round 9, shout out my boy Connor. I got matched up against one of my local homies. It was a 3-game barn burner, but I ended up taking it. He was playing SS3 Goku. So as you can see, the deck struggles against yellow, but against red and blue you can win. I didn't play any green, I didn't play any black, but I'm sure this deck has great matchups into those as well. This deck doesn't really care about hand control, which is great. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the deck that I played. I'm not gonna go into full detail on what each card does. I assume if you're watching a competitive deck profile, you kind of know what the cards do. So leader, being able to draw 1 on the front side is really good. Lets you fill up your hand before you're awakened. I did often awaken without the Z card in play. Sometimes you just go down to 5 life naturally and you take that. So don't be afraid to just do that, because if they put you down to 5 and you have effectively 5 energy to spend, 2 of which don't have to be committed to a Z card, that's a lot of energy for this deck to mess with. And it's actually 6 energy if you count the leader on tap on the back, which when you Z charge a blue card, you can untap an energy. If all your energy is mono blue. In my final game of the day, I charged a blue yellow and I realized, hey, I can't untap now. Don't do that. Don't make my mistake. I won that game somehow. I got super lucky. And then the big thing about the leader, obviously, is drawing until you have 3 cards in hand on either player's turn, activate main, or battle. So, Gohan, the leader, kind of facilitates what I was trying to do really well. We're going to talk about the secret rare first, obviously. Best secret rare in the game right now, in my opinion. Let me fix this camera as it's falling off the table. Alright. This is the best secret rare in the game. Being able to bounce a whole board of defense, ignoring barrier, including a unison, and then burn a life, like, that's insane to begin with. But then having a crit dual attacker that's a 40k that also restands either another battle card or one of my energy, or like my leader if I want. Like, so many good things that this card does. This card overperformed. I mean, I don't know if I want to say overperformed because I kind of expected it to go this hard, but like, it was the MVP of the deck all day. If I saw this card more often than not, I was winning the game. And I started with the secret rare, but I'm gonna go over the Z deck real quick. We're playing 1 surmounting. I'll go over the surmounting choice later. It's not really for the self-awaken, it's just there because sometimes you need a second Z card on board. And I'll show you why in a bit. Play 1 Cell. Cell actually helped me close out games a couple times. Just being a dual attack 25k that we can play that we don't have to draw into, that's really good for this deck. Beerus. So I actually only played 1 Beerus, and I was playing 2 Vegeta. I would definitely change that. I already changed it in my deck, obviously. Beerus is removal for secret rares, for any problem card, and then if you need to, you could tap the 2 to remove a barrier card as well. So Beerus was just goated. I think this was the best blue Z card of the day in a lot of decks. 1 Vegeta's deflect. The only reason we play him is because he only costs 1 Z energy, but it's not that hard to get to 2 Z energy with this deck. And then the MVP in my deck was Son Goku Stronger Together. This is the card that made the SS4 player bottom deck 8 cards, because it says when this card's played, if they have 11 or more, they have to bottom deck until they have 10. Also, this was our win condition. Excuse me. This was our win condition. So activate battle, limit 1. If your leader's character name includes SH, you have 3 or more energy, and you remove this card from the game. Choose up to 1 of your blue battle cards with 2 or more character names, and it gains 10k and triple strike for the battle. So any card with 2 character names in this deck can get triple strike off of this card. So that was our Z deck. Z deck was very good. Obviously our leader awakens early off of having a Z card in play. So, and it has to be one of these 3 to awaken early. Alright, let's go into the main deck. Again, I'm not going to be going deep into like exactly what each card does. You can look them up yourself if you don't know. This is more of just like a competitive overview of how cards performed and how we played them during that. So Pan, 1-drop barrier, draw card. The one thing I didn't realize until the end of the day is I should have been swinging and then giving the Pan to my opponent, because if I don't do that, I just give him combo power. Pan also gets played off Piccolo, and she gives herself to our opponent in order to play our Gohan. So Piccolo, let's talk about him real quick. Just a 2-cost dual attack that can be barrier or a draw 1, play basically a draw 1 because it plays a Pan. Piccolo was just like probably the best blue battle card in everybody's deck on in Nats. just so much value, such a well-designed card in my opinion. And it's my boy Piccolo, so you already know we had to play him. Played 4 of the Gohan that come out when your opponent has a pan. So the reason this guy's really good is he's a 1-cost 19k dual attacker. He also has removal for a 5 or less. You cannot remove your pan. You can remove anything else on their board that's 5 or less. It does not ignore barrier, but the whole concept of my build, and I say my build, but this is just the build I played. It's not one that I came up with. I just wanted to explain the lines of play. I believe it was Matthew Coombs. Shout out Matthew Coombs for this deck. He is the one that pioneered the concept. I am just the pilot. I want to make that clear. So yeah, Gohan was really good. 1-cost dual attacker. And that's a theme you'll see. We do play a lot of 1-cost dual attack 19Ks. Power Unshackled was the best floodgate of the day. You pay 1 after you combo with it, play it, pay another 1, sacrifice it. They have to bottom deck a 2 or less every time they want to swing. So it buys you a turn or 2. It really does. Like if I drew into 2 of these early, that's how my game plan would be. It would just be like stall them out until I can get what I need, or just even if I didn't do that, if I'm going first and I don't have a pan or a Piccolo, I'll just charge a card and play Gohan on their turn when I think it's their last attack. And on my turn, I'm only paying 1 to play him, which is great. Did that more than a few times throughout the day. 4 Son Gohan Power Reclaimed. So this is all like the standard Gohan superhero stuff. I did not play the Searchers. I did not play the Vegeta, the bottom deck one from hand Vegeta. This guy, I did the activate battle to play him once, defensively I mean, to like bounce an attacking card, which was cool. But most of the time it's just when you charge him, you get rid of a 5 or less when you Z-charge him for 1 energy. He's just really good value, and he synergizes with the leader skill well, because you leader auto first and then Son Gohan auto, or power reclaimed auto. So leader, when you Z-charge, leader will untap an energy, and then you have the 1 energy to pay in order to bottom deck the card. So a lot of people did not see that coming, even if they were better players, just because of how the deck sequences things. All right, now we're getting into the fun part of the deck. This is actually what like made me win games. For Rose Goku Black, this is a 1-cost draw a card, bottom deck of 4 or less during the battle step, double striker. It's limit 1 obviously, and you need 3 or more Z energy. But dude, this card I cannot say enough about. This card did it all. It won games, it played defense, it killed unisons, it was doing everything. For Vegeta Kaba. So yeah, we're playing Zamasu Super Combo because we're rivaling Vegeta Kaba. Zamasu Super Combo is also great at just resting things we're worried about, including blockers, including leaders that might have swung at us, including battle cards if they don't sequence well, but the last one didn't really have much. Vegeta Kaba, when this card's played, you bottom deck a 4 or less in rest mode. So if they're swinging at you with something that's 4 or less that doesn't have barrier, Goku Black and Vegeta can both just bottom deck it during the combo step. Nothing is safe against this deck, which is one of the things that makes it so powerful. And then 3 Gohan Piccolo. Gohan Piccolo was our win condition. Lots of people dealt with this card. This card got dirty bursted. This card got just like answered in so many ways, because people see it and they're like super scared of it because they know Goku can give a triple strike. You know what else Goku can give triple strike to? Vegeta Kaba, because it's a card with 2 character names and our leader is SH. So a lot of people, I did steal games because people were not aware of that interaction, of that wording, that I can give any 2 character name card triple strike and plus 10. I don't think I talked about this guy. I kind of just put him down and went So this was one of the best defense cards of the day and our means of playing Gohan Piccolo. But also this was a really good way to fix a bad hand. The only way you can have a bad hand in this deck is if you draw all your Vegeta Kabbas and all your Gohan Piccolos and no way to rival them. So Goku Vegeta being able to tap one, discard a card, and then this draws a card actually helps a whole lot. So don't sleep on that. Plus, it's a tap one, effectively 15k combo, maybe 20k, maybe more, because it draws a card. You can combo with itself plus the 2 that it combos with. Very rarely did this stay on board for me to attack with. I just played it, comboed it off right away. And the deck's biggest issue a lot of people were running into that were piloting this deck over the weekend was low hand size. The way we combat low hand size is running a big Deluge package. We're running 4 Shu and 2 Fasha. Deluge says they become 10Ks when you combo them on a battle card. Since we run blue-yellow battle cards, Fasha is an option. So Shu obviously the better option because everything is blue. But Fasha being able to boost 10 on Vegeta Cabba and Gohan Piccolo is very relevant. Not to mention it did offer another way to set up our arrival plays. And then the last 4 cards of the deck, 4 Supreme Kaya Time, Guardian of Space Time. So even though you're playing with 3 to 6 effective cards in hand, this card and these cards allowed me to go up to like 85, 95, 100k combo power, even with a small hand on top of one of my triple strikers. I can't say enough about how powerful that was. And let me grab the side deck. We'll go over it real quick. I have changed my side deck. I'm just going to show you what I would have run, because what I did run was kind of bad. I ran 4 Decisive Strike. I cut the 4 Decisive Strike. I added a 4th Borgos. So this is for your blue matchup. Striving, so good into the red matchup. If you can play Striving and Shin against Sin Shenron, they're only going to be swinging at you with 4 drops, and guess what? We have answers for 4 drops. So yeah, 4 Borgos, 3 Striving, 4 Shin, because Shin's always live in our deck, 2 Chilled. Chilled was the only extra card I think might actually stick around, because Decisive Strike was so bad. I can't emphasize that enough. 2 Chilled, because we can get it out of our hand whenever we want, and at least defensively. And new addition, I didn't play Black Smoke in the main event. I wish I would have. 2 Black Smoke. So that's the side deck. That's the deck list. I'm gonna go over my matchups real quick once again. Round 1 lost to Gamma. Round 2 lost to Bardock. Round 3 bye. Tough start to the day. Round 4 beat Sin Shenron. Round 5 beat Sin Shenron. Round 6 beat SS4. Round 7 lost to Apeku. Round 8 beat Red Broly Swap. Round 9 beat Blue SS3. Thank you all for hanging out, watching the deck profile. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Fridays. If you want to subscribe the channel. I do post YouTube content semi-regularly. Appreciate you. My name is Nasif. Thank you for hanging out. Peace.